Hey everybody, this is Erica. Welcome back. So, my day was pretty good, actually. It was actually really good. Um, but it was derailed by a rogue mac and cheese Easy Mac container. So that sounds really silly, right? Who cares if you had a little bit of that? So, when you are overweight and probably addicted to highly processed, sugary, carbo loaded foods, having just a little bit can just kick you off of everything, right? So the story goes, I was on my lunch break. I had been great up until that point. I've been drinking lots of water, and I had all of my meals, and it was fine. And then I go on my lunch break, and there has been this container of Easy Mac in my cupboard. It's just kind of lonely and sitting there, and it was there from when I went before I went on Metafast again, and it's um, it's like money wasted if I don't eat it, right? Like that's my thinking is, oh well, I bought it, I should eat it. I know I can't have it on Metafast, but I'll just have it one. I'll just have this one thing, and at least I'll have, not wasted the money. That's my thinking, which it makes sense. So I have it, no problem. Just that. That's all I had for lunch. It was cool. It was fine. Went back to work. Um, was fine. And then came my job's holiday Christmas party, little holiday party, and it was awesome. There was live music, and there was tons of like potluck food, and it was really a lot of fun. A lot of people came, and it was a blast. So much fun, and lots of really amazing food, right? And I thought, well, I can have the turkey that's going to be there, and maybe someone will bring. I know I'm bringing vegetables, so I can have that, and maybe there'll be a salad or something. No big deal. So as I'm in line for the food, I look at what's there, and in my head, it's like this inner war. Have you ever had that before, where you're fighting with yourself for, like you go in with the best of intentions. You're like, I'm gonna get the healthy stuff, the stuff I know I should have, and then this other voice in your head goes, oh, there's mashed potatoes over there, and there's like bread and butter and all this stuff, mac and cheese, like real mac and cheese and lasagna, and and then there's cookies and this amazing dessert someone brought, and it's crazy, right? Like you just see all this food, and inside you're having this inner war. So it's like this countdown because I'm holding my plastic fork in my plate in my hand. I'm just waiting to get to the part where I can put food on the plate, and I'm arguing with myself in my head, right? And ultimately, the other voice in my head won, where I ended up getting, and I didn't have like tons of food, but I had more than I'm used to lately because Metafast, you have smaller portions, and so I'm not eating as much, and so my stomach's probably shrunk a little bit, and I don't need as much to get full, and so I had a little bit of turkey, and I had mashed potatoes, but not a whole lot. I mean, maybe just like a spoonful, maybe a spoonful and a half, but not a terrible amount, not the amount that I would have had 2 months ago or 2 years ago. It wasn't that much in the scope of things. And then I had dessert. And oh my goodness. Once you haven't had sugar for a while, like really full on lots of sugar and lots of processed sugar, I still feel like I can feel it in my body. I can feel it. So it's just been kind of this crazy night where I had a ton of fun. I loved hanging out with everybody. It was a blast. But ultimately, I ate so much sugar at the end of the night, and I ate more than I normally do in general lately, and I just felt so gross. Like I still kind of feel blech right now, and the sugar, like you can feel the difference in your brain. Like I can't verbalize it in a really articulate way, but it's just, you feel it. And especially after you haven't had it for a while and you have it a lot more than you have in a while. Um, and everything was great and everything was good, but I didn't feel the buzz. I didn't feel like, wow, that was so good. I'm so glad I had that. Like it was good and a taste would have been okay. If I had to have it, a taste was going to be okay. But I kind of went overboard. And, on my way back home, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be mad at myself because feeling this way is punishment enough. Feeling like a little bit too full, not like sick full, but just too full. And feeling kind of weird because of all this sugar that's in my system now. That's enough to remind me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I don't want to go back to feeling that way. And if you've ever felt that way, I'd love for you to comment about that. And how did you overcome that? How did you, were you standing in line and you had that inner war? And what did you do to win that war? Or what was the winning argument in your head that maybe went the other direction and made you have the bad food? And by the way, food in and of itself is not good or bad. It's the emotion that's tied to it and how much you have that makes it a positive or negative choice. Because I could have had a half a cookie or I could have had a taste of something, but I chose to have like this mousse and this amazing sugar cookie that my friend makes. And, and that was enough. I mean, it was a lot. So keep that in mind. Food is not neither good nor bad. It just is. It's how it relates to you and how you feel about it and why you're eating it that makes it a negative or positive. And tonight, I wasn't eating for comfort. I just kind of was like, oh, well, I already had this other food today. I might as well, have this day or day off. But then it throws me off. Like it takes me about 3 days to get back into the cycle where my body's into its rhythm again with its metabolism and with my Medifast plan. So was it worth it? And looking back, probably not. It was fun to hang out with people, but I focused on the food and not on the people and not on the experience of where I was. And that's the lesson for today is be more mindful and win that argument when you're standing in line and be strong because it's worth it. It's not worth feeling this way. So, cool. Have a good night. Bye.